Hello, my name is Mr. Football, aka Soccer, back with another banger where we discuss all things football, soccer for my American and Australian listeners. Welcome to my podcast. Future episodes will cover UEFA Champions League knockout stage, World Cup qualifiers, African Cup of Nations predictions, and who will win the English Premier League. Now, in my previous video, we talked about the African Nations Cup. I had 8 out of 11 correct in terms of the starting lineup for the Nigerian national team, exceptions being goalkeeper Nwabili and Troost Ekong instead of Calvin Bassey and Frank Onyeka, aka the Tank, instead of Terry Murphy. The Super Eagles coach Prezero opted for a 4-1-4-1 formation with Stanley Nwabili in goal, Olaina at right back, William Troost Ekong at center back playing alongside Ajayi, and Zaidu Sanusi at left back. Frank Onyeka was the central defensive midfielder. Moses Simon was on the right wing. Alhassan Yusuf, who was our player of the match, was in central midfield. Alex Iwobi, central midfield as well. And Ademola Lookman on the left wing. And supplying Victor Osimhen, who was our number 9 main striker. In the second half, we had our substitutes who were Joe Aribo, Samuel Chukwueze, Bright Osai Samuel, Paul Onachu, and Calvin Bassey. Alex Iwobi did not see much of the ball during that match. Equatorial Guinea soaked up the pressure and played on the counter-attack. They scored with their only attempt on target, and the Super Eagles had 7 shots on target, majority of them falling to Victor Osimhen, who fluffed his lines a couple of times. Possession was almost even with the two teams, with Nigeria edging it out 51%, but as we say in football, it's goals that matter. Left back Sanusi missed an open goal. All he had to do was side foot the ball into the net. Osimhen also needs to be more composed in front of goals. He missed over 3 chances. His equalizing goal was good, however. He had a chance to square the ball to a teammate on one occasion, and instead he skied the ball to the birds. They need to do better against the Ivory Coast. If they lose, they may not even qualify as a third-place finisher. But best to take your destiny in your own hands rather than rely on other teams to help you out. The group is wide open. They can top the group if they win their last 2 matches, starting with Ivory Coast on Thursday, and end up with 7 points. Now, throughout the match, play was disjointed. The defense was all over the place, like a kid in a Walmart store, just all over the place. And there was a lot of miscommunication. They need to relax and play football. I'd rather they play a 4-4-2. The 4-1-4-1 clearly was not working out in the first match. Now, the goalie, Stanley Nwabili, was solid. I would take him over Ozoho. It was not at fault for the goal. The defenders were ball watching for the goal conceded. Moses Simon was not effective in the first half. He, however, grew into the game when he switched flanks in the second half. Now, Lookman did try, but the link-up play wasn't there with Osimhen. He did, however, have an assist for the Osimhen goal, and definitely we're going to see more of him as the tournament progresses. Now, I would like to see Murphy play alongside Osimhen in a 4-4-2, which I had suggested in my previous video, or Iheanacho supporting him in a 10 role. Iheanacho was not fit for the first match, but he's been in training, so hopefully we can see him as the tournament progresses. Now, Nigeria take on the host, Ivory Coast, on Thursday, so that should be a tough match. In other matches, Cape Verde were worthy winners, defeating Ghana 2-1. Ghana had the ball in the net, but it was rightfully ruled out for offside and a handball in the build-up when it came to a Ghanaian player prior to being cleared. Ghana equalized off an IU corner. No defender was on either post for Cape Verde. That is football 101. You always have to have defenders on each side of the posts. And they also missed a chance in the 60th minute. Cape Verde had a chance to win in the 90th minute but couldn't, however, score. But in the 92nd minute, after 8 additional minutes, all the players ran up to the stands to celebrate their game winner. Ghana defense went to sleep. They went 9-9 on their NyQuil. Rodriguez, who scored the game winner, should get a statue in Cape Verde for that game. And that goal was a beautiful goal. You had to see it. Egypt drew 2-2 with Mozambique, with Mo Salah of Liverpool equalizing via a penalty in the later stage of the match. It was almost the last kick of the game. Mohamed scored for Egypt after a minute 30 in the first half. He came off a Salah miss hit from a shot, and he broke to Mohamed for that early goal. A superb save was made by the Egyptian goalie, with Mozambique putting together some good moves, almost leading to a goal. Mozambique equalized with a bullet header in the 54th minute. 3 minutes later, in the 57th minute, they broke out on a counter-attack and hit Egypt on the break and took the lead. They almost won the game, and Salah scored a penalty towards the end in the 92nd minute of the match to post a salvageable draw for Egypt, who were almost at brink of losing the match. Algeria, led by Riyad Mahrez, played out a 1-1 draw with Angola, who equalized via a penalty that crashed off the bar and was prodded in for the equalizer. Senegal were clinical in dismantling Gambia 3-0 with a goal from Gueye and 2 from Kamara. Heartbreak for Mauritania. They really pushed Burkina Faso to the limits, and they lost to a late penalty, 1-0, scored by Traore in the 96th minute, deep into injury time. Namibia beat Tunisia 1-0. The goal was scored by Hoto with a bullet header in the 88th minute off a wonderful cross. Namibia had good link-up play and played with a lot of confidence. They took the game to Tunisia and were worthy of all 3 points. They are partying in Windhoek tonight, and Mali and South Africa was another good match. It was evenly contested. Mali defeated South Africa 2-0 with 2 second-half goals by Traore and Sinayoko. The Eagles of Mali have won all their opening matches at the African Nations Cup. This was their 13th opening game win. Democratic Republic of Congo play, and on Wednesday we have 3 games on Thursday. Thursday is the football feast and buffet with 3 scrumptious, mouth-watering fixtures. First, Equatorial Guinea takes on Guinea-Bissau in the earlier kickoff, 8 a.m. Central Time for my American viewers. And then the match of the day, Ivory Coast versus Nigeria. This takes place at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Nigeria will be aware of what they need to do, as they will have the results of the earlier match between Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. My recommendation is go for a victory regardless. It's always tough playing against the host country, but it's 11 versus 11, and the fans cannot play on the pitch. They can't do anything to help them, just cheer them on. The third match sees Egypt takes on Ghana, which is a 2 p.m. Central Standard Time kickoff. There are no minnows in African football. Exciting Nations Cup with lots of goals currently going on. Ivory Coast beat Guinea-Bissau in the opening match of the Nations Cup on Saturday, 2-0 with goals in each half. There are more twists and turns to come. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe on all social media platforms. Mr. Football, a.k.a. Soccer. Signing off. Make it a good day.